Attention passionate San Francisco 49ers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on San Francisco 49ers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true San Francisco 49ers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and San Francisco 49ers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. As we step into this new NFL season, there's always a lot of anticipation around the 49ers, especially considering the team's recent performances and the high hopes that fans have for yet another deep playoff run. But this year, some questions linger, particularly about the wide receiver core. It's no secret that the 49ers have been dealing with injuries at the position, and it's starting to influence how the roster is shaping up as we move closer to the regular season. Injuries are part of the game, but the impact they have on team depth and chemistry can be significant, especially in a division as competitive as the NFC West. This brings us directly to the situation with Tariq Owens, a player many fans had their eyes on after his promising offseason performance. Owens, the son of Hall of Famer Terrell Owens, was seen as a potential spark, especially given the injuries that have sidelined key players like Brandon Ayuk, who's still on the physically unable to perform list, along with Ricky Pearsall, John Jennings, and Jacob Cowing, all of whom have faced varying degrees of setbacks. You'd think that under these circumstances, Owens, a second-year pro from Missouri State, would be given a golden opportunity to showcase his skills and carve out a role on this roster. But unfortunately, that hasn't been the case. Instead, what we're seeing now is a bit of a disappointment, at least so far. Owens has been almost completely silent during camp, which is not what you want from a young player fighting for a spot on the team. The fact that he's not making much noise, not standing out in drills or practice sessions, raises questions about his future with the team. It's especially discouraging considering the context, his father's legendary status in 49ers history, and the fact that many fans and analysts had hoped he might step into a niche role, perhaps even revive some of that Owens magic in a different era. But the reality is, during camp, Owens has been largely invisible, and that silence speaks volumes in this fiercely competitive environment. When you look at the bigger picture of the 49ers wide receiver room, it's clear that other players have seized the moment. Russell Gage, for example, has been making some notable plays, demonstrating his veteran savvy and reliability. Meanwhile, undrafted rookie Isaiah Neyor has been generating buzz, showing flashes of potential that could see him making the final roster. These players have been benefiting from the extra reps, especially with the injuries forcing the team to shuffle and give opportunities to those on the bubble. For Neyor especially, these reps are critical. Each practice could be the difference between making the team or being waived. The same goes for Gage, who's trying to establish himself as a dependable target for quarterback Brock Purdy. And here's where it gets even more interesting. The team's coaching staff, led by head coach Kyle Shanahan, has always emphasized competition and earning your place through performance. That means every rep, every catch, and every play matters. Owens, despite his potential and his famous name, just hasn't been able to capitalize on this opportunity so far. It's a reminder that, in the NFL, talent alone isn't enough. Consistency, effort, and seizing the moment are what separate the roster hopefuls from those who fall by the wayside. Now, I want to pause here for a second. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest San Francisco 49ers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Because when we look at Owens' trajectory, it's not just about his current camp struggles. It's also about his potential and whether he can turn things around before the season kicks off. His off-season hype, fueled by the idea that he could be a surprise contributor, has now all but evaporated. If he doesn't start making some noise soon, the chances are high that he might be waived before the regular season begins, as the 49ers continue to try and patch up their receiver room with the best options available. This is a tough pill for fans to swallow, especially considering the narrative that could have been built around him, given his father's legendary status. But it's also a reminder of how competitive the NFL really is. Every single player has to earn their spot, regardless of their name or past accolades. The 49ers have a rich history of developing talent, and they're not going to keep someone around just because of potential or legacy if they're not performing when it counts the most. Looking at the broader context of the 49ers season, it's clear that the team is still aiming high. They have a solid core, led by Brock Purdy, who proved last year that he can handle the pressure and make plays at the highest level. The defense remains one of the best in the league, with stars like Nick Bosa and a talented secondary, but on offense, especially at wide receiver, they're still trying to find that perfect mix. Injuries have certainly shaken things up, but that's also opened doors for younger players to step up and prove they belong. And let's not forget, the NFC West is as fierce as ever. The Seahawks, Rams, and Cardinals are all looking to challenge the 49ers' dominance. The Seahawks, with their high-powered offense and the emergence of young talent, are a team to watch. The Rams are rebuilding but still dangerous, especially with their veteran players. And the Cardinals, under the new leadership, are eager to surprise everyone. So every game, every week, will be crucial for the 49ers to maintain their edge, especially as injuries at key positions like wide receiver continue to test their depth. In terms of expectations, the 49ers are still considered one of the top contenders in the NFC, with a legitimate shot at making another Super Bowl run. But like every team, they need to stay healthy, perform consistently, and get contributions from all parts of the roster. Injuries at wide receiver, like those faced by Brandon Ayuk, Ricky Pearsall, Joan Jennings, Jacob Cowing, and now the uncertain status of Tariq Owens, are challenges they need to overcome. The coaching staff, led by Shanahan, has shown resilience and adaptability in the past, and it's likely they'll keep pushing the right buttons to maximize the talent they have. The story of Owens is just one chapter in this larger narrative. It's a story of potential, disappointment, and the fierce competition that defines NFL rosters. The team's front office and coaching staff are always looking for the best players to give the team the edge, and right now, Owens' journey is hanging in the balance. Will he turn things around? Will he get that last-minute call to make the roster? Or will he be one of the many talented players who come close but fall short? Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure. The 49ers will keep fighting, keep developing, and keep aiming for that elusive Super Bowl title. And of course, the fans are right there with them, eager to see how this all unfolds. The excitement around the team is palpable, especially with the season just around the corner. Every practice, every game, every play counts. The depth at wide receiver might be tested, but it also creates opportunities for players like Gage and Nair to shine. The story is still being written, and the journey of Owens is just one piece of this exciting puzzle. The 49ers have always been a team that values grit, resilience, and talent, and this season will be no different. Fans are hopeful, anxious, and ready to cheer for another memorable run. So stay tuned, because the best is yet to come, and the San Francisco 49ers are always aiming for greatness. Now, I want to wrap this up by emphasizing how critical every single move is as we approach the opening of the NFL regular season. The roster battles are fierce, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Whether Owens makes a comeback or not, the team's focus remains on winning games and bringing that Lombardi trophy back to San Francisco. Every player on that roster is under pressure to perform, and the coaching staff is watching closely. It's a dynamic, ever-evolving story that keeps fans on the edge of their seats. And I promise, I'll be here to keep you updated on all the latest news, rumors, and developments surrounding the 49ers. So remember, folks, this is what makes football so exciting: the unpredictability, the passion, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. The 49ers are no strangers to overcoming adversity, and this season promises to be as thrilling as ever. Whether you're a diehard fan or just love the game, one thing is for sure: the journey of this team is far from over, and every moment counts. Keep supporting your San Francisco 49ers, stay engaged, and let's see how this story unfolds as we get closer to kickoff. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you soon with more updates, analysis, and everything you need to stay in the know about your favorite team. Because, at the end of the day, it's the passion of fans like you that keeps the spirit of football alive and thriving. Go Niners!